Before we start, make sure you have Explorer, Properties and Output window on. Go to View, then click on Explorer and Properties to activate them. Now right-click and turn on Output. Basically, we use it to display errors and other messages. Now let's start with spawning some objects in our scene. Go to Part and click on it. You can also choose the shape you want. Now let's explore some tools quickly. Starting with the Selection tool. You simply click on the part you want to select. Move tool allows you to move the selected part wherever you want by just clicking on the arrow which represent the X, Y, and Z axis. The Scale tool allows you to change the size of your part the way you want. Rotation tool is used to rotate your part in the X, Y, and Z axis based on an angle that you choose. Let's move our part up in the Y-axis and see what will happen when we run the game without anchoring it. As you can see, the part has fallen down. Now let's anchor the part and see what will happen. Just click on Anchor. It's a property for the game objects. The part didn't fall as the last time. It's still on its place. That's because anchoring the part makes it not affected by the game physics. Let's make our player go through the objects in our scene. This time we will use another property called Cancelide. Find Cancelide property and turn it off. If it's checked, it means it's on, else it's off. Now if we play the game, we will notice that our character goes through the wall because we turned Cancelide off. If we turn Cancelide on again, our player will no longer go through the wall, and that's what Cancelide property does. Now let's place a script in Server Script Service. And we start manipulating the properties within a script easily, but first, we need to learn variables. We will learn now how to use variables and start real code. Starting off with strings, a string can be your name or any kind of text. Let's use the print method to print our string in the output. And then we press run, and it will be shown in the output window. We have another data type, which is numbers. Here is a coin variable, which represent a number. Then let's print the value of coins. We also have Boolean types, which takes true or false value. As an example, the Cancelide takes true or false. Let's concatenate a message and display it on the output. To concatenate different type of data, we use the two dots. Here is the result. Now the object data type, which will represent the part we created. It's inside the workspace. To access an object, you basically type game, then dot. The place where the object is, then dot, and the name of the object. Let's access some of the part's properties, which is the main goal of creating the variable of this objectus. You can see we have many properties that we can use. Let's change the part's color, which is a property. We use color3.rgb to pick the color we want, RGB, which represents the red, green, and blue. Let's change the part's orientation. All of the stuff we will change your properties that you can play around. It takes a vector3 value, which represents X, Y, and Z axis. Right now, its orientation is 0 in all axes. Let's make it 90 degree in the X axis. We will change the part's transparency. It takes a value from 0 to 1 means it's fully transparent. 0 means it's not transparent, and in between it's less transparent. Remember the anchor part we used before. We can access it from the script and change it. It takes true or false value. If it's true, it means it's anchored. The same as anchor property, the Cancelide takes true or false. If it's false, you can go through the part, else no. Let's now test the changes we made via the script. As you can see, it's working. We can change the part's name. Just type the variable name dot name and change it. It takes a string value. There is also a property for material. You can change it to by typing enum.material and picking the material you want. He changed it to neon. You can also change the size of your object. Just assign a vector3 to its size property. Let's do a small test. As you can see, all the properties we changed in the script thus applied to our object. You can change the position of your object. Here I added a new vector 3 to the current position of our object. Let's add a delay, task.wait, and inside you put the amount of time you want to wait. The first changes has applied, but now after few seconds. The other changes will apply to because we added a wait time before the changes happen. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will upload more tutorial videos and I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.